There's a gap. The gap is $2 million. Where's this money going to come from?
What makes your business unique?
You need to do something different. Functionality, design, and how functionality and design complement one another. So here's a new perspective for the business owners out there.
What is that lever that I can pull that's going to differentiate you from everybody else?
Technology is moving at a higher pace.
Anybody can come up with a product or service.
We become blind to the generic perspectives.
What is your unique offer that you're providing that's going to separate you from 99% of the crap that's out there for everybody?
If everybody is doing the same type of content, how are you going to differentiate your brand as a business owner?
It's going to make sure that your market understands who you are and why you are the relevant creature.
And the answer is, so what's the challenge? For an industrial business or for a B2B business, the challenge is simply that the business complexity is overwhelming the business owner and the team, the internal team. This is happening because technology is moving at a higher pace, a faster pace than the internal teams can catch up with this technology. Now we have artificial intelligence, you're looking at all these tools, you're looking at APIs, integrations. A new player basically is coming into the market every single day. As a business owner, since you manage these marketing initiatives, Kevin, with hundreds of clients, how can a business owner stay on top of the game? And how can we help them remove the complexity out of the execution?
I mean, they can't stay on top of it by themselves. It's a full-time job. I mean, it's multiple full-time jobs at this point. Earlier today, we got internal messages of a new tool that just came out that could change our workflow. This happens on a weekly basis. If you're running and chasing, your regular business on a day-to-day level, no way that you're going to be able to catch up with AI. No way that you're going to be able to integrate with speed and efficiency. You need a partner. You need ideally multiple partners. You need a team. I mean, we need a team. Imagine you don't know anything about marketing. You need a whole team behind you.
And it's about the expertise, right? It used to be easy. It used to be just about building a website. It used to be just about build a website, publish it, and they will come. Build a website, submit it to Google, Google indexes, and they will come. Now, what happens if everybody is building the website? If everybody has a great website? If everybody is paying attention to the user interfaces and the UI UX changes and the user engagement? If everybody has an active Instagram account, everybody has an active LinkedIn account, how do you differentiate yourself from a marketing standpoint?
I mean, from a messaging standpoint. Right? What is your unique offer that you're providing that's going to separate you from 99% of the crap that's out there for everybody? I mean, one-click website builders are a thing now. Anybody can come up with a product or service, but the problem that they have is they don't have industry experience. They don't have expertise. They don't have a unique selling point that's put them in business for so many years. Like when we go through an onboarding process, we ask them, what makes your business unique? Like what is that lever that I can pull that's going to differentiate you from everybody else, that's going to make sure that your market understands who you are and why you are the relevant creature? You got to find that. And if you don't have it, then you don't have a business. Everyone can make a website.
In this day and age where anybody can make a website, anybody can create a website with one click using Webflow and WordPress and some of these tools, how are you as a business owner differentiating your message from the thousands, the hundreds of thousands, from millions of other providers, other companies out there? And the answer is removing the complexity from the marketing and the technology execution. And we are consumers too. We are hit with messaging every single day. Thousands of messages. We become blind to the message, basically. We become blind to the generic perspectives. Now, Kevin, how do we help companies provide this new, fresh perspective when we do the marketing strategies for them?
To give them the perspective, usually we'll start by walking them through their buyer journey, right? What does the market, what does the landscape look like today? When you Google whatever your industry's, top terms or queries are, what does that landscape look like? Is it filled with videos? Some search results are littered with videos. I mean, we know this from, migrations. These are commonly video views rather than, generic search results. You have generative AI exploding. How do you find where you stand on that landscape and then capitalize on that? Because your messaging from a video standpoint is going to be different than your messaging from, a landing page on your website. It should be different from the messaging on your Google Ads headline. These are all designed to talk to that different consumer. Not everybody consumes video content. Not everyone consumes written content. Some people prefer the long form content. Some people prefer the short term. The real goal from any marketing standpoint in this day and age is how do we take that message, that overarching theme, and divide it up into all those different segments so that they all talk to each other and they stay consistent. That's the biggest challenge that we always have, consistency.
And the value that Optimum7 and the expert Optimum7 team has, in my opinion, is that you get multiple people who are great at various execution levels. Just think about having a website, right? Having an e-commerce website with thousands of products. You need to build the website. You need to have the search and filter functionality that's robust, similar to Amazon, similar to what uline.com has. You need to then make sure that your products are integrated with Google Shopping and other channels out there. You need to make sure that the products are integrated with your internal inventory management system. So there's an infrastructure that needs to be built. And then on top of this, you have to work on marketing your products on different channels. You have to make sure you're integrated with Facebook with your feeds, with Instagram with your feeds. This is a lot of work. So when it comes to what we do at Optimum7, I think the primary value is that you have different expertise levels that can move quickly. And in business nowadays, margin of error is what's going to kill you. And margin of error has to do with how fast you can move with a specific initiative. And how fast you can move is the only arsenal you have against the billion-dollar organizations. They have more money, they have more resources, they have more brains, they can pay more for the same talent, but what they cannot do is they cannot move as fast as you can. So you need a partner that can move fast with you, and that's what Optimum7 does.
So one of the key factors that we have that differentiates us is that we have the ability to move fast in multiple directions at the same time. How that actually plays out is you're a website, you need an overhaul of your entire infrastructure, right? Now we're talking about adding search and filter to the website. We're talking about revitalizing all of your content. We're talking about building authority. You need teams for each one of those things. Now we take each of those facets. We have an overarching, theme to all of this. We've got timelines. We've got charts and execution deadlines to make sure that every little piece moves in line. But we have separate resources doing this because one person cannot possibly manufacture all these things at the same time. So it allows us to move with the speed of 3 people at one person's timeline. That's the true value.
And the internal teams, why can't the internal teams in organizations, why can't they handle this? Why can't they move as fast as Optimum7?
Well, an internal team is going to be brought down with all of their own internal agendas. I mean, any given position in any given company is going to be met with 10 different objectives at any time. Now for us, we're providing a value to our clients. Our clients are number one. So you can pause any other requests, any requests that come through. Hey, the clients come first. We need to execute this in this timeline. That's it. That's our job. That's our opportunity, and that's our gift to you.
To have the same level of expertise as an agency like Optimum7, to have that execution power, you would need to have $1.5 million of annual payroll. You would need to have at least 15 experts in your team. These experts could be back-end engineers, front-end engineers, QA engineers, project managers, project directors, SEO specialists, technical SEO specialists, content specialists, director of marketing. It is impossible for you as a business owner to hire all these people under the same roof. But with the resources that you get one expert, you could literally have 10, 15 experts. And this is our promise at Optimum7. One monthly fee, and you get access to not only all of these experts from a consultation standpoint, but you also get the execution. Now tell me, Kevin, why a business owner would not sign up for this?
The general reason would be they want to control everything in-house because they don't believe that somebody can really understand their business in the way that they can. Outside of that, a primary reason would, a general objection that we would receive is a budget. But, to your point, it's impossible to work off a budget. I mean, the value that we provide at the cost is unmatchable for you to do on your own. And the ability for us to vet and screen different marketing experts, good luck. I mean, the business owners that we work with are mavericks in their industry, but that's in their industry. We're in charge of the marketing. We're the ones that know how to hire an SEO specialist. We know the questions to ask them to separate the 99% of junk from that 1% of rare talent. We do that every day. We reject 95% of our candidates on resume alone. Is somebody who's running in a full enterprise going to be able to do that with skill and expertise? Probably not.
As a business owner, it's a huge challenge if you have less than 100 employees. When you lose one key employee, you lose the execution in that specific department. If your director of marketing walks away, if your paid search guy walks away, if your developer walks away, you start panicking. Who is going to replace this guy? This guy has been working with you for the past 3 years. He knows the ins and outs, and maybe you're not so great with documentation and processes. The next developer that comes in, the next marketing director that comes in, is going to take him 12 months to figure out what the hell was going on. So when you get Optimum7, when you buy Optimum7, essentially, you're buying insurance. You're buying liability insurance. You're making sure that you're spending that money on a monthly basis with Optimum7, where we can step in. If any one of your team members quit, we can step in within 24 hours. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, expanding beyond even just the internal teams. We had a conversation with a prospective client who's looking to replace their agency because their other agency went out of business. And this is a trend that we've seen over the past year to 2 years really aggressively. Larger companies are swallowing up smaller companies. We're always on the hunt for a merger or acquisition to make. There's tons of other agencies with resources that are scooping up smaller agencies. And when they get scooped up, they're gone. They're out of play. They get bought out by something or other, and now these companies are looking for somebody to man the ship. It's disappeared. Optimum7's been around 15 years, 16 years. It's not going away. It's not a 3-year-old agency that's on the risk of bankruptcy at any given time. There's security and stability here in the infrastructure that has been built. So outside of just the agency side, your people as well, obviously, we have experts that can come in and handle pretty much every situation that could come up.
And in the age of AI, the last thing you should be doing is try to save the money from marketing and technology. Because those are the only two things that have the potential to really skyrocket your organization. But if you're not spending 5 to 10% of your revenue on your marketing, you're not going to grow. If you're not going to grow, you are going to die. So when we have these conversations with prospects, with business owners that are doing really, really well, it does not mean you're going to continue to do well if you're doing well today. This is a competitive market. As a business owner, you have to make smart decisions. So don't try to save money from marketing and technology. Implement that functionality. Get that custom marketing process. Make sure that your brand is visible to everybody in your ideal customer profile demographic. And for God's sake, invest in ChatGPT. Invest in AI. 50% of the processes that we do at Optimum7 today revolve around AI. AI is supporting us in everything that we do. And Kevin, you know this, 1% of our clients are using AI, maybe?
They know it. They don't use it aggressively.
Talk to us about that. How does AI change the game or make the game more difficult for people?
Well, if you want to add difficulty to everything, everybody has access to AI. Every email you receive is potentially an AI email, which means content creation is easy for every single person to create in mass at scale. The benefit there is you can take it 2 steps higher, right? We can produce content at a faster rate with the utilization of AI, but you have to do it smart. You have to future-proof yourself. If everyone can do it, no one's going to get the reward. It might be okay today, but in 2 years, it's not going to be the same situation. It's going to be a lot more curated around what you're actually leveraging it for rather than just dumping out content. And then from a brainstorming perspective, it's unbelievable. It's unmatchable. I mean, if you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning as a business owner, you can sit with ChatGPT and go back and forth with ideas. And it'll keep producing new ideas for you. And then it's up to you, obviously, as the expert in your industry to determine whether that's a junk idea or, it has some legs to it. And you can always double down. Hey, give me 5 more ideas like that. Give me 10 more ideas like that. Be more creative. Be stricter. Be more focused on profitability. You can just keep going back and forth. Don't be lazy, and you'll get the answers.
So here's a new perspective for the business owners out there. If I have the capability to output 1,000 articles, 1,000 videos, 1,000 images, infographics in the next 10 hours, that's 3,000 pieces of content. If everybody is doing the same type of content, how are you going to differentiate your brand as a business owner? And the answer is custom marketing, stealth strategies, knowing the technical ins and outs of the actual marketing execution, functionality, design, and how functionality and design complement one another. And at Optimum7, we basically just simplify this complexity of technology, of custom marketing strategies in a manner where your front end is clean. Your back end might be complex. How you manufacture these products, how you provide your service, how you actually execute your service might be very, very complex. But the front end of it is very clean. Look at Apple. You walk into an Apple store, it's clean, white space, products on a very basic desk. There's an expert that shows up, says, what do you need? I need A, B, C, D. They basically suggest, you go, they come with a little pad, you get the product, they get it from the back, you pay for it, you walk away with your product, it's clean. Do you know how difficult it is to manufacture those products so that they cost $600, $700, $800 in the market here? You know how many different types of processes they need to go through to actually bring that product to that table? As the consumer, you know nothing about that. You just go, pay, and you get this white, beautiful package and this experience. Now, let me ask you this question. Does your business run in this manner? Or are you completely overcomplicating the front end, the sales side, the marketing side, the branding side of your business?
So to riff off that idea, thinking about it in a more practical application, imagine you enter a website and you're met with thousands of different options for a product configuration. Now, when you select A, it eliminates 45 different sub-options. If you're not hiding that, you're confusing people. Time and time again, we've seen the more that you can simplify everything on the front, the less options that you have at a checkout, the less opportunities you have for people to create improper configurations with a product, the more sales you're going to get. Because people don't want to think about it. It's not supposed to be a test. It's supposed to be a shopping experience. Here's your product. Purchase it. Do you need your product customized? Yes or no? If you do, it's better to ask them the questions on what they need than to ask them the specifications that they need you to put together. Get the information, get the end goal. It's the same thing from a marketing strategy. Instead of telling us what you want us to do, tell us where you want to be in 1 year, where you want to be in 5 years, and then let us handle how to get you there. You focus on the objective, not the tasks that get you there.
Cool. Set. God damn it, we're good.